What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. And guys, I got some concerns. I've been noticing this trend lately, and I want to talk about it. This concerns the so-called Hollywood elite, like legendary Hollywood filmmakers, and the tendency they have lately to dogpile on superhero movies, science fiction, science fantasy, and action movies, right? And these people, they consider themselves the keepers of everything that is cinema. They can tell you what is and what is not cinema, and I have dubbed them, I have named them Cinemaniacs, because that's what these people are. They want to take the fun out of everything, and I've noticed we've had like one after the other. We had Martin Scorsese, we had Denis Villeneuve, whatever his name is, the guy who does Dune. We have the other guy, James Cameron, and now we have legendary filmmaker Oliver Stone, who is dumping on John Wick, of all things. Now, I don't know if you want to mess with John Wick or his dog, but that's what we've got going on. And I got a little bit of a commentary about this, guys. I got an opinion, shocker, about this, and I want to break it down because I saw this on IndieWire.com. Now let's see what Ollie had to say. Oliver Stone says John Wick Chapter 4 is disgusting beyond belief and more video game than movie. I think he's missing the point, but let's go on. It says Oliver Stone is addressing the John Wick franchise as an Army veteran. The Born on the 4th of July Oscar winner told Variety, while receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Transylvania Film Festival, that John Wick Chapter 4 is an example of films becoming more like shoot-'em-up video games. Interesting choice of words, guys. I'm going to break this down in a minute. And he says, I saw John Wick 4 on the plane. You got to make him sound real masculine, like real manly, like Robert Mitchum manly, like I'm using Speed Stick or whatever. I saw John Wick 4 on the plane. Talk about volume. I think the film is disgusting beyond belief. Disgusting, Stone said. I don't know what people are thinking. Maybe I was watching G.I. Joe when I was a kid, but Keanu Reeves kills what, 300-400 people in the fucking movie? And as a combat veteran, I've got to tell you, not one of them is believable. I realize it's a movie, but it's becoming a video game more than a movie. Stone added, it's lost touch with reality. The audience perhaps likes the video game, but I get bored by it. How many cars can you crash? How many stunts can you do? What's the difference between Fast and Furious and some other film? It's just one thing after another. Whether it's superhuman Marvel character, this thing is jumping around, hold up. Whether it's a superhuman Marvel character or just a human being like John Wick, it doesn't make any difference. It's not believable, he says. You must be a lot of fun at parties, Oliver Stone. You're the kind of guy who runs up in an amusement park and says, get off that roller coaster. You need to be riding bikes. It's better for you. You get better exercise. You be a man and pedal. And you can use training wheels if you need it. But that's what we're dealing with Oliver Stone. Like I said, I think he's missing the point. I think what he doesn't understand is that we go to the movies to see the fantastic, to see the unbelievable. It's funny because if all of that violence was more believable, they'd be complaining about that. It's too graphic. It's inspiring people to do terrible things. As a matter of fact, that's kind of the way I see things here. It's like by him likening this to video games. We all know that video games get blamed every time there's like mass violence or something like that, mass shootings. So ultimately, I think these people are looking ahead to possibly, believe it or not, stay with me, maybe even banning these movies that we love so much. I think that's what's behind the reasons why they have to classify these movies as an outlet for violent white men. You realize when the Joker came out, they did that. They do that with video games. That's the reason why they don't acknowledge me and people in the Dark Council, my brothers, because they want to specifically sell this as something that angry white guys are into, you know what I mean? And therefore is going to be dangerous. Now, keeping that in mind, guys, it's very interesting, and this is something that I want you guys to hear me on, because in this fandom, we have a lot of independent creators, and we have this feeling that if only we offer an alternative to the watered down virtue signaling bullshit that we've been watching in pop culture, then it'll be okay. But I'm here to tell you guys, I don't think these people are going to leave us alone. So I think it's very important to not give up the fight, to remember the battle, because I think all of this is going to become government regulated one day, where you're only allowed to show what they want you to show. You're only allowed to show what they want you to show and to express what they want you to express. As it is, if I want to offer you up some proof, here it is. The Oscars. You realize that they just changed the Oscars, whereas in order to even be considered for Best Picture by the Academy Awards, you have to have diversity and inclusion in your movie. You have to have a good amount of LGBTQ representation or minority representation. Doesn't matter what the film is. Doesn't matter, what it involves. You have to have this in there in order for it to be even considered. So you see the beginnings of regulation, right? They're not going to leave you alone. Even if you're an independent creator, sooner or later, they're going to come after all of it. They're going to come after all of us. So I'm always reminding people, don't give up the fight just because, and you can see I'm a supporter of independent creators. I surely am, but we also have to be on that front where we just can't lay back and say, let them do what they do. We're going to do what we do. No, you have these people infiltrating the government. You have them infiltrating our schools, their education, things like that. Thought control is in full effect. So as long as that's going on, and that's going to be going on for a while, then it's going to be a threat to those of us who value free thinking or free creativity or anything like that. So I just want to point that out there, guys, because like I said, you got Oliver Stone, you got Martin Scorsese, you got Dinas, you got the other guy, James Cameron. It's like all of these people, who are looking to do this thing. That's the reason why, by the way, we have such a thing as superhero movie fatigue and all of that stuff. It's bullshit, man. It's like all of us have been collecting comics for our entire lives, and we never got tired of it. That's the reason why it is translated so well onto the big screen. Ultimately, if it fails, all right, they want to use that as an opportunity to say people are no longer watching this. But it can't be that the movies themselves sucked. You know what I mean? Which is actually the case. We're not sick of Star Wars. We're sick of Kathleen Kennedy. We're sick of Ryan Johnson. We're sick of all of these woke, ego-driven maniacs who come in here and hijack what we love for their own social and political gain. That's what it really is. You don't hear people talking about romantic comedy fatigue. You don't hear them talking about documentary fatigue. If a movie bombs at the box office, you blame the creative team. You don't blame the audience. But here we have another one blaming the audience. We're just stupid. Even Zack Snyder did that before. If you don't understand my movies, then it's because you're looking for the dumb stuff. You're looking for the Marvel stuff. No, they're coming after superhero movies. They're coming after the genre. And we have the right to have fun. But you gotta fight for your right to party. All right, guys, you can get in the comment section just my short thoughts on this. What do you think about Oliver Stone's comments here? You might agree with them. Okay, maybe the movie is like a video game, but guess what? Most of us love video games and we love John Wick. So get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this. As always, I thank you for listening. You can like, you can share, you can subscribe. I will catch you later. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.